This video is going to go over only some of the features that can be done in Google Presentations to add some personality to your slideshow. First of all, I want to go over how you can add a special kind of lettering called word art to, for example, do titles like you see here, Microscope Slideshow. To add your own word art, you would go up to the Insert menu, click it, and then select word art, where you'd see this window pop up, and then you would type in your word or your title and then hit enter on your keyboard to have it show up on your slide. You can then change the coloring of your word art by going to this paint bucket, hitting the down arrow, and picking a letter color of your choice. You can change the lining of this word art by going to this pencil option, hitting the down arrow, and picking a color that you would like to line your word art with. You can thicken the line of this green line here that I chose by going to the line weight, hitting the down arrow, and increasing the thickness of the line. You can even change the line style on this word art by going to the line style, hitting the down arrow. It always starts as a solid line, but you can see there's dots, dashes, etc. So I'm going to try seeing what the dots look like. I can change the font by hitting this down arrow and picking maybe Comic Sans. Next, I want to go over how to add movement or animation to your slides. You can do that by animating separate objects like words or pictures on your slide, and you can also animate the whole slide. So I'm going to pick this hello option to animate or to move. I'm going to highlight it, and then on my mouse pad I'm going to click the right button, and I'll see this animate choice come up as one of the options. So I'll click that, and on the right side you should see this animations menu pop up. And so right now it always starts as a fade in, but if I want to see what other choices of movement there are for that hello object, I can hit this down arrow, and maybe instead I want to choose a spin option, where I can have that happen when I click the mouse, or I can check out to see what the other choices are. After previous means that it would happen after the previous thing that happened on my slide. With previous means it happens at the same time as something that you have going on your slide, but I'm going to keep it on the mouse click. I can change the speed to maybe medium or even slow if I want, but I'll try medium. And then I'll try playing it like a preview to see whether I like that. I'll click to watch it spin, and I kind of like that, so I'm going to keep that. I can have the whole slide move as it's changing from one slide to the next by going to this animations menu and then hitting this little right facing arrow next to slide, no transition. So I'm going to click that, and right now it tells me that I have no transition. The slide, in other words, is not moving at all, but I can hit the down arrow and have it maybe do one of these other choices, like I'll try doing a flip. And I'll change the speed where it maybe goes slow. If I want it to happen to all the slides in my slideshow, I would click this button, apply to all slides. If I only want it to happen to this slide I'm working on, I would not click that. So I'm going to play that to see. So that's its slow flip. And then I click with my mouse to see the spin. And so I'm going to keep that on the slide. So I'm going to close my animation. I want to go over with you also how you can add an object that you can even make as your background. What you would do is then you would pick maybe a picture that you want. Remember to pick a picture after you Google and find the picture you like. You right click on the object in your Google Images, copy the image, then you would go to your slide. Avoiding text boxes or any other objects, you would right click on a blank part of the slide and then hit paste, and then your picture shows up. You can then increase the picture where it fills up your whole slide, but I'll just kind of have it fill up most of my slide. To have it be your background, I would click with my right button on my mouse and change the order of the picture so it's in the back of everything. So now you can see there that I have my picture as my background. I would just maybe need to change the coloring of my letters here so that it stands out a little by highlighting my letters and going to this A and then hitting the arrow and maybe picking a lighter color so it goes with this darker picture. I could even change the color of my background by right-clicking on a blank part of the slide, going to background, hitting the down arrow and picking a color of my choice as my background, and then hitting done. So those are just a few things that you can do to add some personality to your slide. If you have any questions other than what you've seen, please just